welcome to episode 137 of the Listen Up podcast, where we analyze a new album each week. I'm Jamie, and this week we've got me, Nick.
I'm taking the lorry.
And Jordan.
Yeah, it's a ripe Tuesday, innit? Listening to a Water UK album. Alright.
This week we're going to be taking a look at Sometimes I Might Be Introvert, SIMBI is the acronym, by Little Simz, released in 2021. Really quick, if you want to keep up with the show, you can find us on Twitter at List Up Podcast and on Instagram and TikTok, both at Listen Up Pod. That's where we'll make any announcements regarding the show or merch. Much like this week, if you follow the socials, you would have seen that Melodrama by Lord was pushed a week. Stuff like that we'll throw out there on the socials. So that's the easiest place to get information. And yeah, you can also find those and the merch link and the playlists we make all at the link tree on the socials. The merch is also at interestpointproductions.com. But so yeah, regarding the selection for this week, Jordan, why did you choose this one for us to listen to?
So I'm biting my nails a lot lately.
Are you nervous? What are you nervous
I think I just have some anxiety.
Don't be nervous.
Cover them in turpentine.
About nothing really, like, particular.
I used to do that, and then once I started painting my nails, I stopped.
Dude, I can't paint my nails because I only chew the polish off of them. Also.
See, in my head, I was like, I can't ruin the polish, so I will have to stop chewing. And it helped me.
So you just like gnaw on your fingers?
Yeah. I just go for like the side.
Yeah.
But basically, this was an album in 2021 that everybody said that was like amazing. And so I haven't really listened to all of it, but it was such a good album just from like I feel like it was the best. Like I kept looking at it for like I kept looking at people's like album of the year list or like just online that does like, top 20, 30, 40, whatever. And this one was always on it, like every single one, except it was probably the artist I knew the least on it. Mm-hmm. Like, like the Little Babies, the fucking J. Cole's, like all were up there. This is the one that I didn't know. And then I listened to a couple songs that I really enjoyed it. And so that's why I thought, maybe we could have some fun with this album,
Yeah. I feel you. Yeah, I think...
Fair enough.
Fuck, I can't even remember what my list was, but this was definitely like... I think... Not to give away too much, but I think if I had found this album the year that it came out, like when it was winning all the awards in 2021, it probably would have been on my list of top albums in 2021. At least somewhere in the top 10, I think. The shit banged hard,
Didn't it?
Yeah, Little Simz. Wow. I mean, she was an artist who I knew Venom by her, and that was it for a while. And then we talked about this album at some point, like a few months ago. I don't remember. I checked it out a little bit. I was like, okay, this is pretty good. And then I think I mentioned it last episode, which we recorded so long ago. And I mentioned that we were like, after you go out like drinking for the night and then you're like, all right, we're going to walk back to this person's apartment. And that's where kind of like, not really the after party, but like the wind down phase is. Like maybe some people smoke a little, other ones you just start to calm down a little bit and then order your Ubers and shit. So you don't have to deal with like the foot traffic outside of clubs and shit. I'm not sure how much y'all do that in old downtown Raleigh, because I don't know how many people who live in downtown Raleigh. But that's typically how our nights end.
Yeah, I'm doing that pretty much every weekend.
Yeah, me too, dude. Honestly, I just get like blackout, and then I smoke like the biggest, fattest cigar I can find, and then like puke on the side of the road, and like you get that trip over myself.
That Nick alcohol cross buzz going. Yeah.
And then like a cop comes up to me and like asks me like how much I've had to drink, and like I just like one time,
Mm-hmm. Damn, bro.
I
actually couldn't tell you the last weekend that I remember. So
okay, yeah. Sorry, didn't mean
it's been fading in and out.
But that's just hashtag big city living. Yeah, I don't know, but that's normally how our
hashtag Denver things.
Hashtag big time, you bitch. But yeah, that's typically how our nights out will end here, because we have a lot of friends who live around like Union Station and the other shit, which is near where all the bars we go to are. We fucking one of those times. The first time we went back to our friend Megan and Anna's place, they were like, "Oh," I was like, "Damn, this is a really big, like, wide range of very popular but also deep cut albums that they have on vinyl." And they had like the Audio Technica isolated on its own shelf with the little toothbrush thing next to it and all that shit.
Toothbrush.
So yeah. It's like, what is it, Nick?
They got the record toothbrush.
What is it? It's like is it a D-static thing or like a, what is it?
It's kind of just like a quick way to get debris off the record. Honestly, I feel like it induces static sometimes.
Yeah, that makes more sense, because I was like, how does it remove static by just taking two dry materials?
Yeah.
Two dry
by
artificial materials. Yeah. And remove static by rubbing off electrons. I don't. But yeah, so one of them that they had was sometimes I might be introvert. So it was like fucking 2 a.m. Everyone was coming down from the night out. Someone was like puking in the sink, and I was like, this will be a good one to throw on the turntable. And I just put it down and sat on a beanbag chair and just listened to it until everyone was like, all right, let's order the Ubers and go home. And I was like, okay.
Wait, so
I
do
don't
you
really
remember
anything past the first couple of songs on it. That was where I started to get sleepy, because it was like 2:30 or 3. So I started to get a little tired, and I don't really remember after that until I woke up at
They're
home.
in between heaves into the toilet, and they're just like,
sometimes I might be
lady.
Lady.
Worlds apart.
Lady.
We were listening to Kendrick Lamar. Yeah. So I was in like this serene little, because this is a very like relaxing album to listen to, I feel like. So I was just sitting there
relaxing.
I feel like parts of it.
A lot of it I feel like is
this is intensely about women's issues, and I'm glad it's a relaxing listen for you, Jamie.
Jamie said big deal, all right?
At least the first half of it, like you're just sitting, just like riding her flows and the beats and shit. That shit is so vibey. I love it.
I mean, riding flows, yes.
The chillest song is probably where she talks about getting stabbed, right?
Yeah. Yeah, where she talks about the quick brush with death. But yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, like the first song, Introvert, makes me feel like very like intense when I listen to it. Like it makes me feel like hyped up a little bit. Like those drums start coming, and then like the trumpets and shit. Like that makes me feel like hyped up a little bit.
Maybe just drink so much caffeine that the only energy I ever feel is due to caffeine and entirely that. And so I just no, but I get what you mean. Like there's definitely parts that like Rolling Stones.
Maybe you were so drunk.
Like, yo, I'm fucking. I mean, that's the other thing. If you're in that headspace where you're just like, I'm just gonna like turn off the world and listen to whatever like clear path of stimuli is coming in, then you're just like riding that flow and beat and shit. You're just kind of like, it's not trance like, but it's not relaxing as in like, oh, I'm gonna go to sleep, but it's like, all the like choral stuff, and then you've got the cool like Caribbean-ish, African-ish like beats going on underneath some of the like heavier artificial like synth and 808s and shit. It's really fun to just like only focus on what's going on in the music. Especially, this is another one, listener. If you have Apple Music, listen to it in Dolby Atmos. It is so fucking good.
Oh yeah,
in Atmos. It's
give me Apple Music for my.
It is much better.
Actually, let me just buy an Apple TV real quick. It's probably cheap.
I was gonna say, let me just buy another pair of AirPods.
See, I bought my AirPods. I didn't even get like anything for it.
Really?
It was long enough ago. Maybe they weren't doing the deal.
Oh yeah,
but I honestly can't remember. Like
get the new
I
Pro
don't.
2s, and then
wait. I also ordered them off of Amazon. Like, would I still get the deal if that like happened?
I don't know.
Vic. I doubt that Vic bought mine from Apple when she gave them to me for Christmas. So
really,
I don't know. Because
just
I
have to
wouldn't
buy either a new top of the line MacBook or the AirPod Maxes, and then you get 1 month free of Apple Music.
Dude, those AirPod
Never will I ever
Maxes look dumb as hell.
They've
Really?
got a like.
I like the look of them.
I think they
They,
look like
didn't they bring
marshmallows.
the-
Someone tried to design a headphone after a fucking marshmallow.
I think they look really clean, but
Didn't
know.
they bring the HomePod back? Because I was about to joke
Yes.
about the AirPod Maxes being like the HomePod and them just taking it away after like a year.
yeah.
Yeah,
But-
they're bringing.
But they
back
did bring the HomePod back, I thought.
Well, I think they're bringing back the home like you know when you used to have the fucking alarm clock radios that you would put your iPod on. I'm pretty sure they're bringing back the whole system. I think for you to like put your phone.
I know they're also
probably
releasing,
using,
like, a
wireless
HomePod,
charging or
though.
some shit. Was the HomePod their version of the like Google Home thing?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I think they're doing.
It
that,
wasn't
but
like-
I think they're also doing the full on, like, what was it, iHome or whatever the fuck.
Bro, I'm pretty sure that was
Where-
like not Apple,
Apple
though. That was
service.
like some like goofy
Yeah. But I think they.
Third
I
party
could be
company.
fully wrong, but I think that they have some sort of proprietary, like they're doing it this time. So I don't know. And as a kid, I was like, this is dumb. Like I can't charge my iPod and watch YouTube in my bed at the same time. This fucking sucks. But now as an adult, I kind of want that product because then it means I can't sit in my bed and watch TikTok. Like I would have to put it on my fucking like dresser
True. Good point.
instead. And then I could also set it to be like an actual clock and shit. I don't know.
I've
but only if it's
considered
proprietary. I will not
using
buy
some-
third-party electronics. For the most part.
I've
Wait.
considered like using something to amplify my phone sound and like make me get out of bed like before I snooze and like
Yeah.
get up and go turn it off. But I have like in the past I definitely couldn't just do it like with my phone sound because even with my phone like right next to my bed in the past I have just like let my alarm ring out and just gone back to sleep.
Dude,
while it keeps going off.
same, brother.
I will
Easy move.
unplug my phone and throw it against a wall until it breaks before I let that shit ring out longer than like 5 rings. It is the most
Really?
grating sound in the world to me, but not in a way that wakes me up. Like, I will
Maybe I
press
need to pick
snooze.
something horrendous.
I will press snooze 9 times.
Okay,
but, like,
this might be
2 beeps, snooze, I'm sleeping.
this might be like crazy, but recently I did this again, and I don't do it on purpose. But when I'm really sleep deprived, I will like, and it's like on accident, kind of, but like I don't really know that it's happening. Once I explain it, it'll make more sense. But basically, what I do is I set an alarm for like and alarms when you snooze them go off every 9 minutes. Like that's just how the Apple one is.
Yeah.
But I will sometimes sleep through it just a little bit more. So when I'm actually like trying to wake up, I won't wake up for like 3 hours, but not where I'm like sleeping through the alarm. It's where I'm waking up and turning it off. And because I'm doing that, I'm like going in and out of different dream stories. And so like every time I wake up and go back to sleep, I'm like put in another dream that seems like totally surreal. So like over a 3-hour period, I'll just have like 15 different scenarios that like I'll experience and like I'll wake up like
MF goes
just like
in and out of REM just immediately.
no. I'm not even joking. Like it induces where like I feel like I'm still tired when I wake up because I've just had like such an up and down.
That sounds
Like I wake
exhausting.
up and then I'm like, dude, it's actually like one of the biggest highs ever, and like that's what I was getting to. But like I hate that like that is such a
High on
high
life.
for me.
For me,
Do what?
it's blackness
high on life.
from the time I close my eyes to the time I wake up.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me. I have
Well,
the
you
most
take
vivid dreams
melatonin,
ever.
right?
Yeah, sometimes. But even when I pass out during the day for a nap, the ones that are I don't know if you've ever seen the joke where it's like night dreams and it's like and then it's like nap dreams, like midday nap dreams, and it's like the most horrifying creature ever. Like nap dreams during the day are like so much more intense. I don't know why,
Really?
why that is, but it is. But
I
like,
have found.
I also like lucid dreamt again, like very like much harder than I usually had. Like I was like very aware of myself, but like it was like I was struggling to like capture like what like I was trying to like I knew I was a person, but like I was trying to like move, and it was like my body wouldn't let me like take hold of what I knew was mine, kind of. It's
like
very interesting. I know.
Like whenever you go to sleep on your arm and it cuts off the blood flow and you wake up and you're like, your brain moves your arm, but you only move it like the upper joint. So then you're just like a dead weight on you while you move it. It was like feeling like that.
Dude, it's crazy. I don't know if that's exactly how it is.
I wish I could lucid dream because I would like to like destroy the universe in my dream. Not like cause a bomb to blow up, but like in a dream world, like try to break the world.
You want to kill yourself in your dreams?
No,
you die or not?
Dude, if you die in your dreams, you die in real life, Jamie. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I would like to like attempt to like lucid dream like, yeah, I can fly, whatever. I want to fucking phase through walls and like pull matter apart. You know, like see what my brain.
You want to be
thinks
Thanos?
That means.
You want to be Thanos, bro.
I listened to a podcast with a guy who talked about like lucid dreaming, and like the dream environment that he was in was just like a party at his house that he didn't know was gonna happen, and so he was just like wanted all these people to leave, and they like trashed all his shit. And he fell asleep, woke up the next morning in his house, like in the party, all in the dream, and he went and found a hammer, and he went around waking people up one by one and said like, get up, leave, or I'm gonna hit you with a hammer. and that's what he would do. And if they wouldn't leave, he would like break one of their fingers or something like that.
Jesus Christ!
In lucid dreaming,
and I was like,
how does it work? Like,
okay,
are there rules?
The easiest. Like I don't know, dude. It's
like,
honestly a free for all. Like,
is it like Scribble Knots where I can just be like, I have an object now, or is it like I have to go find an object to
anything
then have
your heart
it?
desires?
You know what
Scribble
I mean?
Knots. I've only been able to interact with my environment really, and like whatever my dream is like producing. But I'm sure
it's not like Forge mode. You can't just like boom. I have.
Well, no.
A hammer.
You might. You might. I haven't gotten to that. I think honestly you could. You get to that level. But I have not gone to that level yet.
Bro, step one is I have to figure out how to like reliably dream. Step two, I'm gonna learn how to lucid dream.
Well, see, also comes with dreaming is I also have sleep paralysis. I think I've told you guys that before, but like again, you're just like you're awake, but you're just staring into darkness. That. Like I've never had a sleep paralysis demon, but like I've had like I again, the best way I can feel it is like pretend you're just in like you're buried underground, right? You know you're awake, but you can't see anything, and you can like feel the sides of shit. You know, that's like my body like inside of me.
No.
So I know I'm asleep. I can feel like I know I can't move my body. But like I can feel my heart just like beating, and that's the only thing that I could feel. So then I like
Jordan.
I think I've told you what.
Jordan, never take Benadryl. Okay, if the Hat Man shows up, you're done.
Dude, I like to like try to like wake myself up. I just try to like focus on like moving my finger and like throwing myself out of like
that's what they say
that sleep, you know, or like moving an arm.
Is it for you? Is it like as soon as like you can get something to move, it's like it all works?
Yeah, I just wake up and I'm like,
yeah. Interesting. And maybe I don't want dreaming and lucid dreaming if it comes with that. Because a lot of people, they say, I think there's like somewhat of a link between, it's like sleep paralysis is low key like lucid dreaming, but like your brain took a wrong turn, kind of.
Interesting.
There's no basis in science on that. That's
awake
just
for
like
3 hours trapped in my body.
Yeah, I don't want that, man. I don't want sleep demons. I don't want sleep paralysis.
Dude. It's fun.
But
I've never had sleep demons. I've almost died in my dream before, though, like numerous amounts of times. But
yeah.
I think
That's
it's worth
how
it. I think
most
it's worth
naps.
it. The high you get, really.
I don't really like wake up at night from a like, oh, I fell off a building or like I tripped and fell. But naps, like that's where that happens to me the most. The worst one was it fucking happened to me during an EOG because I was like one of the like head ass kids. It's not like I practiced for standardized tests beyond what we had to do in class, but like I would finish EOGs in the first 25 minutes and then just go to sleep for the rest of the thing. Like I would intentionally
That is pretty
play
head ass.
video
I'm not gonna
games.
lie.
I would play video games and stay up late the night before, reliably counting on finishing my exam early enough to catch up on sleep for the last like hour and a half of the EOG testing period.
That's like the most head ass thing I've
because
ever
there was
heard
always
of.
some
Actually,
kid that took like the whole 3 hours or whatever, right? And so
It was.
I was like, fuck, if I'm done, dude, I wouldn't even. Standardized tests. I don't think I double checked important ones. I never triple checked a standardized test. I bet you'd be lucky if I double checked a standardized test. You know what I'm saying? I'm throwing that shit off the first
definitely.
rip.
I feel like I didn't have time a lot of the time. Like, I know you're faster at that stuff than I was, but I don't really remember the ACT a whole lot, but SAT, I feel like.
Bro, you had to zoom through that shit, dude.
SAT and ACT.
I had to zoom through that.
Those ones I might have taken. I think on a couple sections I took like, I was still cognizantly aware. Like if I didn't have a clock, I would have like ran out of time. But because I had a clock, I was like, all right, I'm saving all my shit. The hard ones, last 15 minutes, we're fucking zooming through that shit on the reading comprehension or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
But yeah, my dude, I used to
the
fucking
best was like
just body standardized tests in elementary and middle school.
the best was like saving like a fifth of the questions because you just didn't know the answers like immediately when you read them, or like you didn't know how to do them.
Yeah,
and then you go back in the last like 5 minutes of the test and you're like, well, you just start praying a little bit and you're like, God, help me out here. And
see what you had to do,
random things.
Yeah, see what you
for
had
20%
to do
of the test.
That's what I did on physics tests still.
Do that mentality, but don't save it for the last 5 minutes. Do the ones you know how to do, and then act as if you only have 15 minutes to do the last ones, even if you have like an hour and a half left, and then you're done. My approach to physics class kind of worked because I honed those skills in any sort of standardized test from like third grade through like graduating high school. I vocalized it during physics when I would study until like I was too tired, and then I would say my ball is in God's court. That was my plan for all standardized tests.
Legendary Jamie line.
Yeah, my ball is in God's court now. I've done what I can. The rest from here is divinity, straight up.
Help me out, big man.
Yeah,
hey,
we
big
gonna
man.
need you.
Take this pencil, big man, please. Guide my hand.
I would just take tests in like an hour 15 tops. Sometimes I would try to speed run it, see how fast I could do it. And then just sleep the rest of the time. And one of the times it was in 6th grade on those tile fucking floors, the like square 1 foot square tiles that every elementary, at least in Yankee County, every fucking elementary school, that was all those tiles were.
I know what you mean.
The same flooring for the classrooms, the hallway, and the gym. It was all the same fucking floor. Or the multi-purpose room, sorry.
Interesting.
And so on that, in the big, like, probably designed so that you could survive a Cold War nuclear blast, like, metal desks that were all, maybe aluminum, but they were so heavy. It might have been steel fucking rolled under there. The little feet are those jangly ones, the auto level. And so it slides like crazy. And I was like passed out. I woke up from one of those dreams. I jumped. My legs kicked both of the front, like metal ones. So I woke up and was like,
that's hilarious.
And then I was like,
you're like, hi, just kidding, guys.
Yeah.
Kidding,
I think
guys.
since it was like an alphabetized seating chart, I was like the second kid from the front left corner or whatever, so it wasn't even like in the back of the room or anything. I'm like, fuck. Yeah, that was the most
I'm still
the worst of the nap dreams I've had like that. But I constantly I'll have the like falling off a building or tripping and then I wake up, but most of it's like nap time, not like nighttime sleep.
That makes me think of in it was in high school. Jordan, do you know what a Van de Graaff generator is?
It sounds familiar.
If you looked up a picture of one, you'd probably know it. Like
I'll throw it in the mood board.
It kind of generates like it kind of like generates a field of like it generates an electric field using friction, like running this belt.
Is that the one like the cow one? Like
I don't know.
There's a cow.
All I know is we would put our hand on it and they would like make our hair stand up. And
Yeah.
I
We used
remember
it
I
to
was
learn
standing in
about
front of
chassis ground and how the principle of ground works in electronics 1 in high school.
yeah, there you go.
You all
And
stand
our
on-
teacher wouldn't bring it out all the time,
Yeah.
but he would bring it out like once a semester, once every other semester, like if he had a decent class that he knew wasn't gonna like do anything crazy with it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. If he knew there weren't like dumbasses in the class, then he would like work it out. He did it for our class, but
And and I remember I had my hand on it, like standing in front of the class, standing up on this like stool thing.
yeah.
And I kind of like acted like I was like gonna reach my foot out to one of the metal legs of the desks, and he was like, no, go and do it. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, go and do it. And I still to this day don't really understand the physics of how it happened, but like I got shocked with like a lightning bolt like from that desk like through my shoe that I felt in my foot.
That's
And
crazy.
it was wild. It was.
Well, I mean,
And I was just like, oh god. And
well, no, I mean, we went to school for that. Like you just basically created enough charge inside of your body to where you created an arc flash event through your foot.
yeah, but like I don't get how it went through my shoe, and I never like saw any evidence of like scorching the fabric on my shoe.
It's just quick enough, you know. Well,
Yeah, I get. Yeah, like honestly, the electrons just. It probably is just quick enough, but
yeah. Because it also there was no, because I mean it's what is it? It's not the volts that kill you, it's the amps. And so like it's such a quick moment that like there's not enough amperage to like burn anything, you know.
And it's not like a literal lightning bolt. It's not
Right.
like it's like frying like something on my shoe.
Yeah,
It's just, like,
exactly.
The thinnest the thinnest possible like arc that's visible to the human eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's all that happens. So.
Yeah, like at night if you have like a little felt
I'm sure
blanket
this is
and it's
fascinating
really
for the listener.
and it's really dry air. Yeah, is this what you wanted when you tuned into Little Simz? You wanted the physics of electricity, bitches?
Yeah, so Little Simz.
But it's like a blanket when you move it and it's got friction and you're like, there's lightning all over me. It's just, you know.
There you go.
Isn't lightning like plasma? Like it heats up the molecules so much it makes plasma, and it has like a few strokes.
Dude, I don't fucking know, dude.
I love
I
lightning.
graduated.
It's so
I don't
cool.
even know
No,
that stuff anymore.
that's the shit that's in all those old TVs, bro. Those plasma
Hell yeah.
You
TVs.
tell me
Plasma
this
screen
TV's powered by
television.
lightning?
Hey.
Hey, listen here, smart ass.
Hey, I'm not much of an introvert.
But sometimes
But-
it might be.
He said the word.
Bro, first of all, best song I think on the album.
Introvert?
Really?
I think so.
It's a good one. I don't think it's best song on the album though.
I think it's the best song on the album, dude.
My top one might be Rolling Stone.
Interesting.
Rolling Stone.
Because you like just because you're an old head.
Huh?
I mean, Rolling Stone was also very, very good. But
Jamie got the
Introvert
moves
has
like
just
Jagger, bro.
it's one of the best intros. It's
it
like
is. It
intros are hard.
Perfectly sets out.
Intros are
sets
hard
up
to
the-
do.
Yeah.
Perfectly. And just the way it sets the tone and just how good it is also, I has to be like
Right?
it has to be up there for me.
It
It's
lets
like
you know-
almost number one. Just like
Yo.
the horns,
Oh yeah. The
little
strings that it has.
little interlude, the dun, 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 after
Yeah.
like the triumphant like intro, and then it starts getting into the beat, you know?
reconcile. I see sinners in a church, I see sinners in a church. Sometimes I might be introvert, there's a war inside. I hear battle cries, mothers burying.
And yeah, and it starts off showing that like this album
good for me.
Yeah, it starts off that you're going to show
type.
off like the internal conflict going on throughout the rest of the album. That like the interludes then really help to further like the narrative structure of it, and it's got like all the strings and everything. Yeah, no, it's a fucking killer intro. And it's a great song. It's very good.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
I don't think there's a bad song, including the interludes on the album. It's one of those for me.
Yeah, there's a little bit too many interludes for me.
Oh, I love it.
I don't know, dude.
Each one is
I was like,
interesting
okay,
and also
first
kind
interlude.
of-
Oh, second interlude. Oh,
it, like,
third
it
interlude.
kinda, like,
Fourth interlude.
It like continues the story, you know?
Yeah. I don't know, dude.
I fuck
I
with
still am weary about like interludes on albums, but like
Maybe that's just the old hand in me, dog. I remember when every rap album used to have skits and interludes, dog. Kim and Cookie off of Stankonia, undefeated.
Bro, Kim and Cookie.
Welcome back to Kim and Cookie. I was finna get my ass
Man,
toe
this is
up.
painful.
Oh, what?
Classic.
Makes me think of wait. Oh yeah, that makes me think of Yes Lord, the No Worries thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
They have,
X
like, a-
worries.
Honestly, like they have like a. It's not really interludes. It's just like they do have some interludes, I guess, but it's just extended outros and shit like that. Like the Rick and Morty outro.
What about
Rick,
about Rick and Morty?
Rick. Dude, episode 7
talking
of
about
this
that Rick and Morty?
podcast. The Yes Lord.
Episode 7.
Episode 7. I was like, I kept scrolling.
my
I was
God.
like, damn, how early was it? We did White Bronco
We were
episode
baby
10,
that.
where Nick was the maddest at us that he's been on this podcast. Or not
Oh,
I guess
yeah.
not
Wait, did I?
at White Bronco, at the re-rating of White Bronco.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
One of my
I was gonna
favorite
say,
social
like,
clips we
what?
had in
I don't
episode 61, 62.
What do
was
you
it?
mean?
63.
Well,
I just,
yeah, man.
I just don't understand.
I remember that.
Man, I've yeah. I don't get that mad that often, but I was on one that day.
You were very.
We worked you up.
Dude, I can't
We
believe
twisted
I
your
got
little
fucking-
me
nipples.
up.
We twisted your little nipples. You said. But yeah,
I
no.
can't believe I chose
Introvert.
22 million that early into the podcast.
That's funny. I just like. Again, I love trumpets.
Yeah,
And like I love
By Jason
very
Derulo
theatrical.
featuring, 2 Chainz.
And the trumpets, there you go.
I don't think it's featuring anybody, is it? I'm pretty
Which
sure that's
one's
a
the one
solo
that's got
song if I
2
can
Chainz?
remember. Dude, that's Talk Dirty. Dos cadenas,
Oh,
close to
you're right,
genius,
you're right,
so got arenas, you can suck my penis. Give it a real, it's guns on deck,
can
deck,
suck my
chest to chest,
penis.
ton on neck, neck. International oral sex, pussy so wet, I bought her a pet, bought a jet, what you expect. Oh, that's when I say her pussy so wet, I bought her a
I was
pet.
gonna say,
Anyway, every day I'm trying to get to it. Gotta say to my phone on a big booty. Anyway, every day I'm trying to get to it. Gotta say to my phone on a bed, been around the world.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jamie. Don't try to stun on me with your early 2000s hits.
Well,
okay.
no, see, that was the point in high school. Where I was
Okay.
like, bro, you guys are listening to Jason Derulo. There's
You
no
got the Jason
substance
Derulo
there.
Oh, my
dude. Now that's just a
God,
bop.
dude, not the head ass Jamie, dude.
I
Not the
punched the fuck out of
head
like,
ass Jamie,
like
dude.
senior year me. You know, I'd be like, shut the fuck up. It's a banger.
You guys don't get real music.
Have you guys heard of the Avett Brothers?
Oh, but dude, I actually watched an
I don't know
Avett
if
Brothers
I started
concert in
Avett
high
Brothers.
school, dude.
Dude, I gotta watch that Jason Isbell.
I went to App
documentary.
and watched an Avett Brothers concert senior year, so I'm actually the most woke out of all of us as far as music
Most
goes.
woke.
Bro,
As far as
I
music
saw
goes.
Music woke.
Bonnaroo 2019. I saw Avett Brothers, and then their set ended. I had a 30-minute break, and then I saw Childish Gambino in the same stage.
That's whiplash, bro.
Dude, it was at the what
is
stage? So it was like the main stage. Avett Brothers.
That's wild.
He's out there. Scott's out there. Or Seth is out there ripping his fucking Dale Earnhardt Les Paul. And then Maybe it was like 45 minutes, but it was basically the whole time was me telling David and Deja, stay right here. I'm going to fight my way through the crowd. I think Vic is barricade right now. I'm going to get her and bring her back. And like the same guys in front of us in our little crowd circle, we cried with the Averill brothers. We got hyped with Darren Gambino. Shit was sick. But yeah, that was absolutely Whiplash. That might have been the most like insane back-to-back like vibes. Because
the whole world singing back to back. That is kind of crazy.
That is, yeah.
Listening
I really love
listening to Ballad
Austin's
of Love and
anecdote about
Hate, and then listening to fucking This Is America. That was insane.
listening to Sweatpants.
Ooh, which was supposed to be a Drake diss originally. Actually, it's supposed to be originally a Drake diss, and then it got turned into a very good song about America.
What were you saying, Nick?
I actually didn't know that. But
It literally came out like a week ago on a podcast.
Yeah, I saw the podcast clip.
oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. I really enjoyed Austin's anecdote about like getting those people like who he kind of knew that were in his Bonnaroo crew to go watch Billy Strings like front row.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the show, they were all like crying. And he was like, "See, I told you." And then
crazy.
it was like Billy Strings to Tool, and we didn't stay for Tool.
No, we fucked up. We hit Billy Strings.
sure
We were
some
like,
people
all right, time to sleep up or rest up and then
Appreciate you.
get ready for Mark. Flume and Mark.
Bro, I wouldn't be sleeping if I was there,
Good daddy.
dude.
Well, we didn't sleep, but we went back to the campsite, ate a little bit, dropped off whoever didn't want to come back, and then me, Nick, Vic, and David wandered back up for Mark Rebier, Loop Daddy, if you will.
You would think it would be difficult to sleep because you can literally like feel the bass in the ground.
But
if
you're so
close enough
tired.
to like Cinnaru, but you're so tired.
Doesn't
it's
matter.
so easy to sleep.
Yeah, you're
Bro,
so
that's
tired,
every day
you've
of my
been
life.
drinking all day, you've been in the sun
I
all
know
day.
sleep exhaustion, bro.
Dude, I can't wait for the Odessa. I'm definitely going to go to Odessa headlining. I don't remember what night they're the headliner, but that's just going to be sick. But hear the last
I looked at
Odessa on the track.
Insane.
I looked at the Plaza shows and I wasn't as hyped this time around.
Literally,
But I
I'm
guess
not
we
gonna go
only went
any
to
of
like
them, I don't think. None of them look good to me.
Wow.
there were only one or two of them that I like saw that I like really recognized some of the bands and I was like, oh, they would be good, but
Not
like,
worth like going,
yeah.
not like avoiding any of the main shows. You know what I mean?
yeah,
In my mind.
yeah.
Like,
It was insane that like
the only Plaza show I've seen is Turnpike last year with you.
I was gonna say I think it was Turnpike.
First year, I
and
didn't
it's
see
kind of
anyone.
insane that they were a Plaza show, but like Zach Bryan and like Whiskey Myers played in like kind of like in the middle of the day in Cinnaru, but like
Yeah.
like Turnpike I feel like is like just as like they've just been around longer than Zach Bryan for sure.
And
I
that's
don't know about
probably
Whiskey
it.
Myers,
Is they
but,
just, you know, like, because those probably take longer to finalize. So I would imagine that, you know,
yeah.
especially for the smaller stages where like you want to fill them with artists people know, but probably who are like up and coming more than like already been around. Because those people you're going to want on the main stage.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, shit.
And
I know
honestly,
this
like-
person's big, but this person's way bigger. And they said yes. So we're going to bump whoever.
Yeah. And now that I think about it, I feel like Turnpike probably like reformed and started playing shows again after the Bonnaroo lineup was like already announced.
Oh, that's true. Because
Like,
it takes a
they,
while to.
they probably they probably like got into contact with them and were like, "Hey, we're playing shows," and they were like, "Well, we already released the damn lineup, so."
Bro, that was
Like,
so
guess
funny.
we'll
They
put you
were
on a
like
Plaza.
blown away by how many of us there were at their little Plaza show. They were like,
yeah,
there's a lot of y'all. We did not expect this.
and Evan Felker was like, "Yeah, if I was," he was like, "You guys, it's like 12:30 a.m. If I was you guys and I was 20, I'd be in a whole different state of mind right now."
He's like, I would not be at this concert
that was
right
funny.
now.
Yeah, he was just up there drinking Topo Chica, jamming out.
Not the ranch water, bro.
Hearing fucking the bird hunters.
Hey, no ranch water, all right? He's sober, all right?
Oh,
Dude,
interesting. The only time I remember Topo Chico is when we were at that one local Raleigh concert, and you were like, "This is ass," but you were like,
Oh
"I'm
yeah,
not gonna drink it."
dude. Like,
Wait, what?
I love
Where
seltzers.
were we?
It's about to be prime claw season. But if listener, do not buy Topo Chico ranch water. That shit is abysmal.
Very bad.
If you go to a bar and they have ranch water
It's
offered,
the opposite of an ad.
drink it up.
Okay.
If you want regular seltzer,
Okay.
Topo Chico is one of the best like plain seltzers you can get.
Okay.
But the ranch water, the hard seltzer, dog shit.
The hard Topo Chico, very bad.
But
Very
Nick,
bad.
I was talking about that one girl that we went and saw at that one like amphitheater.
Oh shit! I know. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Did I get a cocktail there?
I think they were only selling canned drinks.
Okay.
They weren't selling like
I just got some nasty shit.
or like a beer or something. I don't even know if we drank. I can't remember if you even drank anything because I remember you remember the line. We got there a little bit later.
Yeah,
no,
the line
all the
was insane.
food was like gone. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure all the drinks were close to. You might have gotten like a beer or something. I think.
Yeah. Because we were gonna get a burger and then they ran out of meat and they were making grilled cheeses and then they ran out of bread and cheese.
Yeah.
Hell,
Then we
dude.
didn't eat anything.
Damn, dude.
But
you know, we're
yeah,
not,
that was the first Kate Rudy show that I went to. It was really good.
bro. You know we're not doing that shit when you get out here to Denver again for Jason Isbell at the old Red Rocks. In a few
Also,
days. We're gonna be having
Hell
my
yeah!
dad drive, and we're gonna be double fisting Voodoo Ranger IPAs.
Wait, Jamie's dad, you're gonna have to excuse me, brother.
I'm about to get pissed drunk.
you about to see a different side of me, all right?
Elephant
but
comes on.
going
You're
back
just
to the
sobbing.
album, probably.
Yeah. Let me see.
Oh God,
That's so
You nasty
delayed.
bitch.
Just grabbing my phone.
Nasty,
dirty
little. Wait.
What?
What is what are you?
I'm just getting my notes on my
What
phone.
are you-
Oh yeah, sorry listener, my setup's really fucked up right now. I probably look like I'm in a
Silly
little prison.
goose.
But
What are you recording on right now? Then
I'm recording on my desktop. I'm talking to y'all on my iPad. And I'm using my phone
iPad,
as my
that's what-
internet. Yeah.
that's why. That's where I was. That's where the woo woo.
I feel you, dog. Yo, I got you, bro. Yo, you're fucking good, dog. Yo, you're fucking your first show is good.
The person who sent you this wants you to know.
Pour the creamer in. You have a fat ass. The person
I don't-
pouring in where they've marked up on the cup. You guys don't? All right.
You lost me, brother.
Yeah, so I love Woman.
Actually, wait,
It's a
I do
great
know what you're
follow-up
talking
to the intro. That laid back
Yes.
beat with her
Intro.
flow over top of
Lil
it.
Uzi
The,
Vert.
like the dichotomy between like what she's saying and her delivery and the beat is just really fucking good.
You can scuba dive. Miss Ethiopia can play so jazzy. They sit you down to school, you on Selassie. Tell them you're nothing without a woman. No, woman to woman, I just wanna see you glow. Tell them what's up.
How you go from 0 to 100 and leave the dust behind. You've got this all action, no talk.
Bayesian honeys, know you repping for your country.
Where like I feel like this is one of those albums you can listen to it probably 5 times in a row, and every time you hear a song, focus on a different aspect of it, and it's very interesting and cool. And this song is definitely one of those. And even with like what is it, Cleo Soul or whoever is doing the like in between the verses, like kind of chorus refrain sections, like the difference in the vocal pockets that they're in, like Simz is in the lower range, just like talking vibey, and then with the like more higher register vocals being sung out is really good. And then that ending voicemail is so funny. So then, yeah, this just reminded me I should call you, but you never pick up your fucking phone. She was funny. I assume it was her mom,
up the phone.
like a voicemail she left or whatever. But yeah, all around, song's great. Love it.
Also good. Yeah.
It was good. It was probably one of my favorites. I think I really think one of my favorites was Two Worlds Apart.
That was one of
It
my
was,
favorites on the record for sure. I love that song.
Yeah, it's like it has a very
Kendrick Lamar.
"He who shall not be named" type beat.
Lady, 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 lady.
Oh,
At least
you're talking
with
about
the, like,
Wanye Kest, right, bro? You're about Wanye.
yeah, the world's biggest 21 Jump Street fan. But
Yeah.
yeah, God, I just hate that he really like he just didn't get help. He just needed help. And
Right.
He just needed someone to take away his phones. But
Take away his phones and forcibly
anyways,
put him in therapy.
yeah, straight jacket therapy.
I actually just recently saw a John Oliver episode on whatever that room is
Solitary
called.
confinement.
Yeah, it's actually very bad for inmates. We actually need to
bad.
We actually need to do rehabilitation programs instead because it can actually cause you to go insane.
My sleep paralysis demon is John Oliver yelling, "Welcome, welcome, welcome!"
Tonight's top story.
Dude, it is so funny
But,
him in Community versus him like as like the Last Week Tonight. Like
Oh yeah, oh yeah, it's,
it's
so
so
funny. though.
fucking funny. It is
So
so
good.
goddamn funny.
I loved. I watched he was the guest on Seth Meyers, and I like the YouTube clip just got like suggested to me, and I was like, oh whatever, like I'll watch this, and, and he's like getting interviewed by Seth Meyers, and Seth is like, yeah, I love having you on the show, like we can just kind of be real about like the fakeness of some of the stuff that we have to do, and John Oliver's like, what are you talking about, like I don't have to do anything fake. Like you see my show, and I like talk shit about everything all the time. But, like,
Honestly.
he was like you. Like someone comes on and talks about Shazam 2, and you have to act like it's gonna be the best new movie in the world. And he's like, and Seth Meyers was like, "How dare you use such a recent and specific example?" And I just loved that. Like the movie came out like that week, and John Oliver was like, "Yeah, this movie's pretty shit, right?"
That's really funny.
John Oliver, you're the shining light at the end of the tunnel.
You are, honestly.
I say that even though every time I watch one of your, oh God, who is that?
Oh God.
Every time
is
I
there
watch
someone
one
here?
of
Is it-
his TV shows,
Is it a ghost?
I get kind of sad, but
I know,
it's
me
helpful.
too.
It keeps me informed.
Well,
I'm like,
see, here's
bruh.
the thing. Nothing matters, everything's fucked, or everything's fucked, nothing matters, or everything's fucked, nothing matters.
That's where I'm at, baby. It's like
Focus on the
nihilism with a
things you
cute,
can
fun
change.
twist.
You hear fucking just MTG and Lauren Boebert saying the most
I'm just leveling up my
insane
experience.
shit you've ever heard in your fucking
I'm in
life,
my-
as if it's factual.
I'm in my character development arc.
Dude, I loved,
Fab.
dude, I was living for every angle I got of the guy, like, talking shit to MTG in Trump's arraignment in New York, like, hit it with the fucking space lasers, like, in the most New York accent ever. I was like, yes.
I don't think
Get
I've
the
seen this.
fuck
I don't think
outta
I've seen this
here.
either.
Dude, it's so good. I'm, like,
I did see
living for this.
Harry Styles and Emily Ratajkowski kissing in Tokyo,
But Eric Andre.
but Eric Andre
Look at him.
for real.
Yeah. Well,
Wait, who was the guy? Harry Styles?
Yeah,
Harry Styles, yeah.
Racism.
I think
this
Harry
is
Styles-
racism.
Well, people are acting as if her and Eric Andre weren't
Andre,
together
we love you.
anymore. Are they still together? I don't know. I don't
mean, they
care.
must not be. I don't know.
But
That's not.
Who cares?
yeah.
We're talking about Introvert. Sometimes
Yeah.
I like to be introvert.
Two Worlds Apart, though, Nick was
Yeah.
right. Fucking banger. One of the top tracks on the album.
I love it.
The first verse, incredible. And then, like, the two verses are kind of separated between, like, honestly, it's almost like, you know, World 1, World 2. And then they're, like, split by the sample that's going on throughout. fully playing out and then saying like 2 worlds apart, and then it goes into like, love that shit. So good.
Basking in this feeling, if I must say it's amazing, I'm amazing. Bougie, 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 bougie. You made her your everything, but she was just a groupie. I got higher standards, don't waste time trying to pursue me. You would trade intellect for an artificial booty.
Fantastic.
Our two
Fantastic
worlds in
track.
our two.
Well,
It
I
is
love
so
the
good.
just like the classic chopping of the sample, but like letting the main like vocal refrain, the main chorus of the sample be the chorus of like this song. Love that shit. With any I feel like Alchemist does that, or like maybe it's like a Mad Lib type thing, like playing with vocals to make them part of the beat, but then also letting them just like be actual vocals in the song as well.
letting that shit ride, dude.
Especially the chorus.
Yeah, I love it.
It's like
Fantastic.
it's like yeah. It reminds me of like Bound 2, or also A Boy Is a Gun, which also uses Bound 2 as
I need to revisit Igor.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
yeah.
I need to
Yeah, yeah.
never revisit that album ever. Hot take.
Boy Is a Gun, a killer song. One of the only songs I've ever heard that uses like gun sound effects unironically, and they actually sound pretty good.
Yeah, dude, that's like.
What do you mean?
I normally,
You telling me you don't like?
I normally despise when artists use like siren sound effects in songs, because if you're in the car, you're like, oh shit. But I fucking love it. In also one of my, like, I hate that I already have the Call Me If You Get Lost record, because it means I can't justify buying the estate sale record on top of that.
True. True.
This has
I feel
been
that.
one of my favorite like deluxe version editions of an album of all time.
Very good.
Every song is great. It continues the narrative. It be like
Dude.
fucking phenomenal.
You're saving a bunch of money on Wi-Fi this month? Just fucking buy it, dude.
Just
For
buy the
rent.
vinyl, bro.
But
Rent
Schmidt.
Schmidt.
Rent Schmidt, dude. You got a credit card, bro. Just
Fuck, I can't remember what it is. But when he says "fuck it," I put
sorry.
the sirens in, and then it plays the sirens. I heavily fuck with that. So yeah, no, I feel you on the gun sounds on "Boy Is a Gun."
bro.
you
I
guys
honestly
see the-
love whenever anybody does that stuff. It's just so
I
lit.
Did you guys see
every
the,
passing day I hate more and more that show got canceled.
Wait, which show?
did you guys see
Tyler
the
show
Sorry
that
Not
we were gonna
Sorry
go to.
music video?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, dude,
I
that shit's
know.
sick. Every video that he's been tweeting and putting out and shit, I'm like, I'm eating that shit up. I'm fucking gobbling. I'm starving. You know.
I haven't watched Wharf Talk, but it's a good song.
Dude,
Watching Winter
Stuntman.
Squad a little bit too.
Stuntman goes hard as hell
Stuntman.
with Vince Staples.
Stuntman
Firstly,
is like definitely my favorite one. So
my
good.
favorite is Dogtooth still, but I love Stuntman and Sorry Not
I
Sorry.
feel that.
Wharf Talk also bangs.
As soon as the beat came in with Vince like immediately rapping at the beginning of the song, I was like, okay, like thank you Tyler for making a Vince Staples ass beat, but like also rapping on it. Like this is amazing. I just love it so much.
For me, it's him ending the song with "Call me when you get lost, bitch," and then dude, that goes hard as hell.
Very cool.
Love it.
It really sounds reminiscent of Vince's newest album, the
I gotta check
Ramona
that
Park
out.
Broke My Heart, which I've thought about picking it for the podcast. It won't be next week, but it could very easily be a summer album. I'll
Okay.
say that.
I'll run it. Maybe I'll run that. I'm about to take a beach trip. You know I'm gonna be fucking just vibing for like 8 days straight.
Ain't about to get a
God damn.
bro.
I'm about to get a tan. My hair's finna be flowing. You know.
Tan.
Yeah.
Who gonna tell him?
I'm gonna have to burn the first 2 days, and then it'll become a tan. You know?
Bro, you're gonna be leathery when you're older, buddy.
Dude, I'm fine. Dude, I
Got that
fully
basal cell
I've-
carcinoma. Let's go.
I fully have accepted I will be a 60-year-old parrot head. Straight up.
Parrot?
Yeah, I will be fucking
Runs in the
60 years
family.
old, ripping land sharks, listening to fucking changes in
Changes in
latitude.
latitude,
Yeah, dude, that shit
changes in
bangs.
attitude.
When we were at a
I don't
wedding,
know what a parrot is also.
a parrot
Jimmy
head
Buffett fan.
is Jimmy Buffett fans. My mom would be a parrot head, but dude,
It's a
I can't
genetic
wait
disorder.
to visit them in the summer. Have like meat and vegetables cooked on the grill, drinking beer, listening to Jimmy Buffett with my mom.
Meat.
I'm ready.
Hell yes.
Yeah, when we were at our friend's wedding back at the start of February in Florida, and the DJ ended the whole reception by playing Friends in Low Places, and I was belting that shit out word for word. Yeah, I'm ready.
Bar for bar with Garth.
Dude,
All right.
I fucking hate the Garth by and large. He has one album on Spotify, and it's like the worst shit ever. It's like a live album that has
I didn't know he had
hits.
any music on Spotify.
I didn't think he did. I was hunting for that shit the other day. And yeah, I found one thing that seemed to actually be Garth Brooks. Because every cover band sucks shit. It's like when you hear someone try to cover AC/DC, it's like you're missing like all of the little nuances and the je ne sais quoi that made them stars. You don't have it.
Apparently, he's featured on a George Jones
Is that what it is?
cover song.
Oh, speaking of the fuck, you were in the hat.
Dude, that's the guy on your hat, bro. That's the guy on your hat, dude.
That's
Dude, I don't know, but the guy you just said out loud is on your hat, dude.
doing the soy jack, dude. That's what Neil references on "Give Up, Baby, Go." That's the guy he references.
Dude, you're not allowed to name drop our college friend.
He references George Jones.
I assume that's what he meant by "that's what George's records say," because it'd be weird if he meant like George.
No,
Harrison.
it's about George Harrison
Is it-
because he
is
says
George
what's
Harrison?
the lyric? Yeah, it's for sure George
Shit,
Harrison.
I thought it was
because,
George Jones.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Nick on this one.
All right,
But it like I know that it is because he says something about like all things must pass or some shit like that. Or
is that something?
And
Dude, I'm
then,
gonna be honest. My distaste for the Beatles leaked over. I don't know any George Harrison either.
George Harrison, underrated.
Really? Okay.
That
maybe
whole,
I'll- the only Beatle
that whole,
I've
like,
ever
My
really
Sweet
listened
Lord
to and
album,
liked was Paul
it's good
McCartney.
shit.
Okay, maybe I'll check out some George Harrison
Yeah.
like stuff.
I'm not big on John Lennon. No one's big on Ringo, but George Harrison and like
Dude,
and,
what's the quote from
yeah.
whoever? Is
I almost
Ringo-
said Patrick Carney, Paul McCartney.
is Ringo the best drummer in the like ever? And then someone was like, Ringo's not the best drummer in the Beatles or some shit like that. I'm pretty sure that was about Ringo. Shit was- I mean, it was just the boys fucking around. But yeah, that shit's fun. But yeah, Two Worlds Apart bands.
He says,
Oh,
last night I dropped acid and came to know of all things passing. Most just get away, but that's what George's records say. And he's talking about all things passing because he has George Harrison has a record called All Things Must
bro,
Pass.
look at me. I'm
It's
a
some
fool.
shit like that.
I'm a fool. Sorry, Neil. I misinterpreted.
You're a fool.
Egg on your face.
The George I'm most familiar with
Egg on my
is
face.
Jones and Boy. So I was like, it's not Boy George, so I'm gonna go with George Jones. And I was wrong.
It was funny.
Actually, George
I wore
Strait,
this
I'm
hat when I
honest.
saw my family over the. I wore this hat when I saw my family over the weekend, and like, and my cousin was like, "Got a George Jones hat on?" And I was like, "Absolutely." And my parents like thought it was like funny and cool, and my brother was like, "Who's that again?" And I was like, "He's an old country singer who's just famous for being an alcoholic." He was like, "Oh, okay."
I mean,
But
yeah.
he's also simultaneously regarded as one of the best country singers of all time. But
Yeah.
most people from our generation and even like our parents' generation just think of him as an insane alcoholic. But,
I mean, that's a little.
That's it.
That's a little like Hank Senior vibes, right? Like, didn't he have like huge alcohol abuse
yeah,
problems?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. That's what killed him, right?
Tortured soul.
Yep. I mean, that's what it took.
He's
to
got
make
that
country
high
music back in the day.
lonesome.
Cash was out there sniffing coke off everything he could.
Woody Guthrie's out there riding on all those trains, killing fascists with his guitar.
Bro, sorry, I know nothing about any of these singers you're talking about. I know Johnny
Yeah, I know.
Cash. I know the name.
Apparently, there's a really funny story about Johnny Cash and George Jones where I think George like opened for him for a show or some shit, and George was like super duper drunk in the hotel room, and he got mad about something, and he broke a lamp, and Johnny Cash just said the price of the lamp out loud. Because Johnny Cash had like a reputation for doing that of getting drunk or getting high and just like breaking everything in a hotel room, and like George just kept breaking shit in the hotel room. And after he broke everything and like got the bill the next day, Johnny Cash was only off by like $3 or something.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah. All those like old country singer stories are just like, this is why old country singers are just cool as shit. Like, they're just, oh God, they're just so badass.
Aren't they racist?
Honestly, like, I feel like it was like for people of their time, they were a lot better because of how poor a lot of them were. Like, sure, if you got notoriety, you got some money, but most of them, especially George Jones, just squandered it away, and they they had a lot of commonality like with people of like lower socioeconomic status, and also just like making music and interacting with a lot of session musicians and like background singers, and also just like other black artists. That doesn't make them better people automatically just because they worked with them, because many like white producers were just shitty and terrible to all sorts of black artists, but some of them were pretty good. And I did listen to a whole podcast about George Jones, and I feel like they probably should have touched on that more. I feel like they didn't talk about it a whole lot, but I wish they did talk about it a little more. Hopefully he was a decent enough guy.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like how one of the best places for like minority people in the United States early on, like a lot of the best from a right standpoint. I mean, it sucked for everyone, but like from a right standpoint was like the frontier, because everyone was dirt poor and going through every struggle. They were like, we don't have time to be racist, you know?
Yeah, we're just trying to eat.
Yeah, so that was like. And that's something that people often overlook, but it's like, you know, like that's where everyone was equal, because they were like women, minorities, whatever. Just everyone help on the fucking farm. We don't care who is lending a hand, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah. And it's kind of like that. Everyone was so
sir.
poor, you know, people coming from country backgrounds, that it's like, well, here we are.
Yeah, the more I learn about old country music and also like more modern, also still a little older, but not as old as like George Jones or Willie Nelson and stuff like that. But old country music, and then like hardcore or like straight edge or punk music, and the similarity between the spirits between those genres, it honestly makes me enjoy like punk music more, because it's like these people just singing about what they authentically believe in.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's more
Fuck the
anger in
government.
punk music, but like, yeah, a little bit. There might be less of that in punk music, but also there probably is a good bit of that.
No, I'm pretty sure there is a good bit of that.
Yeah. You would probably know.
You're saying
more than I
punk
do,
music?
or,
That's
a
like
similar
what
amount.
that's what like punk
Yeah.
is. That's what punk music is.
I was about to say, I not even from like listening to it. I thought it was just like a very like fuck the system type music.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fuck the system, and like you get into subgenres, and it's like singing about like, I don't know, even more hyper specific things like animal rights, or like
Yeah.
very like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you like country music, definitely.
I'm not even trying to make a point now. I'm just rambling.
Yeah, country music started off as white people saying, "Oh shit, the blues hits because life sucks for everyone."
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
it was like it got popular, and then at some point, I mean, it got kind of co-opted by the like, you know, this is the anthem of for a
Florida
while, that was
Georgia line.
American music for a while was country music. I was just like Les Paul was a huge fucking guy. And if you listen back to it, you're like, oh, this sounds like early country and shit like that. Because that's what the American flavor of music was. It was the modernification of blues music for what it was. And then it kind of evolved into like, at a certain point, there started to be a split, and some country music stayed on that path, and a lot of it went like the fucking flying the stars and bars and all that shit path. And then it still is like this weird, mess of shit. But yeah, and then punk followed the same. Like it kind of splintered off from like rock and shit and got more and more like we're gonna experiment but it was all started as like fuck the government.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm bootlegging. I'm taking my can some shine.
I mean,
I'm taking him some whiskey.
Because if you're a true, you don't want the government doing whatever. Then like you don't want them doing whatever to no one, not just like people who are straight white and Christian. Like I was talking about the other week, don't tread on me. The principle of that is it's rooted in solid philosophy of like, hey, don't overimpose and let me do shit. But that doesn't mean only let me as a white straight man do what I want. It means, hey, don't fuck with anyone, or we're gonna like protest you and like we're going to hold you in check. But that, I mean, with the money and corruption and everything in the modern government, that's just not what that means anymore. But originally, the principle of don't tread on me, no taxation without representation is great.
All opinions on this podcast are each and owns. There is no sharing of ideals. Jamie claims that he's a part of the Don't Tread on Me pack.
No, I'm saying
not part of
originally. Before it became like a Confederate.
Dude, it low key was like spitting. Okay, like let me like low key.
I mean, have you guys ever really listened to Alex Jones? Like every now and then, sometimes.
See,
that's what that sounded like a little bit, JV.
Well, but that's the thing is like that's because that's what the identity politics of like the modern and the culture war just bullshit. Like it's successfully been co-opted by that. Mostly by multi-million-dollar businesses.
I hear what you're saying. I'm just giving you shit.
But yeah. we're just tugging your,
That's like there's a surprisingly large amount of leftist people in the hills of Appalachia. But you're not going to hear that shit because that's not what,
certain amounts of deregulation are good, and we also need certain amounts of actual regulation.
Exactly.
It's all.
That's why
it's all a happy medium.
Flavors of socialism
Libertarians
are
dumb,
fantastic.
Yeah,
that's what it comes back to. Democrats and Republicans,
literally
terrible. I mean, one of them is more terrible, but one of them, they're not deities, bro. They're people as well who also a lot of times suck, especially the older ones. But libertarians,
that's all there is.
That's just you're just wishful thinking away any sort of meaningful change, honestly.
Mitch McConnell and his turkey gizzard.
Yeah.
Anyways, my man's neck looked like a damn. I don't know, bro.
Like the events in Tennessee should have pissed everyone in this nation off. And I have heard very little news coverage about it.
Yeah.
You should be mad as hell right now, dude.
People just... Well, back to being an introvert,
Yeah, but I Love You, I Hate You is another great song. The transition between that and Worlds Apart is fantastic. I really like the in the second verse, only through speech can we let go of all this dead weight. Even though I'm angry, don't want to be disrespectful, trying to figure out how to approach this in the best way. Like, even though I'm mad, I still recognize you as a human being. I'm a human being. We're coming together with these issues. The only way to solve this is through communication. I love that. One of my main tenets of life. Fantastic articulation there.
Silence giving me headaches. Only through speech can we let go of all this dead weight. Even though I'm angry, don't wanna be disrespectful. Trying to figure out how to approach this in the best way. Hard to not carry these feelings even on my best days.
And then a few
The
bars.
beat is
are like-
amazing also.
The beat's amazing. How the beat goes and the sample or whatever the vocal is used in the background that goes from I love you, I hate you, how it's used throughout the song. Some parts like more than others, but by and large, for the most part, it's like every couplet is segmented out as in like a positive section about our father. Like, I see you as a human being, a negative, you fucking suck. And then like just going through that, and then how it has like after the good parts, I love you, the bad parts, I hate you. It's like, it's so cool. It's so fucking cool and like intentional. And I love that. Yeah, it's fantastic throughout the whole fucking song. And then a couple bars I liked. Are you a sperm donor or are you going to be a dad to me? That's fucking sick. And also, I'm not forgiven for you. I'm not.
Are you gonna what me?
You. Or are you gonna like be my father? Like, are you just gonna be basically an anonymous sperm donor to my mom, or are you gonna be like an actual dad?
Yeah.
Or I'm not forgiving you for you, man. I'm forgiving you for me. Like, I'm not doing this to help you feel better. I'm doing this for my own mental well-being. Thought that shit was pretty hard too.
Hey, real quick, disconnect and come back. Just real quick.
Dude, I could not understand.
Yeah, Jamie, I hear you, bro. Yeah, I get that, bro.
Bro, this shit's
Yeah,
infuriating.
bro. I couldn't hear you, but I agree and disagree.
Yeah,
with you.
dude. Like, you were
if
kind of
said
spitting
anything,
facts right there.
if you said anything bad, I definitely disagree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But if you said something good, like, I think that was like really thoughtful and insightful, and like this album definitely speaks to that.
Very profound. Yep.
Yeah. No, it sounded like a RTJ type beat. No.
Maybe I'm
Sounded
not even
like,
write that down, but maybe.
Out of sight.
I'm not even joking. No, literally, like it didn't remind me of it because the beats are so different. But I was like, RTJ beat. Like, I could definitely see my boy El Pino and
His name is Jamie.
Rick Ross rapping on this track. Rick Ross and El Pino, bro. All right.
Oh yeah, dude.
Bernie Sanders constituent and El Pino, bro. All right.
Bernie
I
Sanders.
love that band, dude. I love that band.
Yeah, dude, for sure, dude. But no, I just rattled off a few bars. Are you gonna be a sperm donor or a dad to me? And I'm not forgiving you for you, man. I'm forgiving you for me. Those were pretty good, pretty good lines. They're not together like that, but my original point was more thought out and articulate.
So how did the first interlude speak to you, Jamie?
I fucked with it. I love
Because it's just a bunch of like kids, like and no matter what I do.
and the little like with the piano going on, and then the like choral interjections of the like the la la, like that shit was fucking sick.
It was kind of cool.
Loved it.
It was kind of cool.
And then it adds.
And it's funny that the Little Q part 2.
Yeah, I mean, it was like I felt like it was really good. It added thematic tension with the like choral parts, and then like it added a lot of really good tension. Also, was fucking sick, and then it like kind of transitioned from like the first section of the questioning album a little more into the like, I guess a little more questioning, because then with Little Q2, great, talks about like generational trauma, shit like that. The second verse, it hits in a lot of ways, it hits the same like mental receptors that like the Heart Part 5 by Kendrick that he put out before dropping Mr. Morale.
yeah.
Like it's very similar vibes, talking about the same shit. I mean, it's from from like a black woman in like somewhere in the UK, I think London, but I mean, it's the same shit everywhere in the world. Like, he's just talking about all of that shit. I thought it was really cool. Very interesting parallels there. And then, and then going into the like Jim's interlude, that's another one that I love. Furthering the journey of like, all right, you've done some questioning. Now it's time to like start really getting into your own bag and feeling yourself in this next third of the album. You know, so I thought Little Q1, Little Q2, Jim's interlude, fantastic section, transitory exploration into the next section of the album. Love it.
I do actually how she like talks to herself during the interview or interludes a lot.
Yeah.
It's just I love when she speaks also. Just like her voice is just it's so like commanding, kind of. Like this whole album just like she speaks with such intensity with everything she raps. I'm just like
yeah. Have you listened to any of her other work?
A little bit. Very minuscule amount.
So I listened to all of her discography after hearing this album because I was like, this is so fucking good. I can listen to all of it.
Damn, bro.
And it's really impressive how early she finds her
Time
voice.
to fixate.
It's really impressive how early she finds her voice. And it is fucking sick from like her first album she dropped. It's so good. She has a song called Mary where she's like, yo, like, shout out to my neighbor when I didn't have shit. You've heard all these beats. I don't have to do anything for you, but I'm going to shout you out on this record because whether you know it or not, all the kind words you gave to me, even though it was probably bad, like, you helped me get here in some way or another. Like, shit like that, I'm like, that's so cool.
I know.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. She's always been just, like, a very... Like whether it be just an outward face and persona or actually how she feels, like the amount of confidence and charisma that she possesses in her work that she's put out is impressive and very good. So I highly recommend a deep dive if you want to take it.
Yeah, I really liked her new album at the end of last year. It's called No Thank You. But
I almost listened to all of that, but then I only listened to a little bit of that.
yeah, I like
It was solid.
the
It was
only
good.
song I saved off my first listen was Who Even Cares, and it's more of one of the mellower, like just kind of like chill R&B songs. It's not very intense like some of the songs on here, and also some of the songs on that album. But yeah, that's kind of where I tend to like her music more, is when it's a little chiller. But like you guys both said, whenever she's hitting home with stuff, she's really doing it.
Yeah.
She knows how.
That's good. And
Doesn't sound like I don't know. A good example is like a middle schooler cussing for the first time. Like some rappers sound like that.
Fuck ass. Yeah, I feel
Or
you.
like it's even like more nuanced than that. It's just like they say like the words weird. They just like say fuck in a weird tone. That's like, oh, it doesn't sound like you say that very much.
or it's like,
And, like,
they say it at like
Fat.
like not inappropriate as in like, bro, you should be cussing right now, but like something very slightly inconvenient happens. They're like, fuck, and I'm like, all right, that was unnecessary. That was like, if you're gonna
But,
say
like,
it,
like,
you just have to say it in a monotone voice. You don't shout it.
Yeah.
You went too hard
More
at
than
that point.
more than just cussing. Like with everything she's saying, she's just. She just seems like cool. She seems like she's thought about it a lot.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
cool and collected, and like she's like, these are the facts. Like, shut up and listen.
Yeah, dude. Even the parts when she's like going hard, it is nothing but just suave the whole time.
Yep.
I love it. It's fucking sick.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, like I
Jordan
really
knew
like the
Little
last,
Simz
the
before
last,
she was big. All right.
the last 20 seconds. What? I slipped into
See, I can.
Australia. I don't fucking know. But like the
UK,
last
that
20
UK vibe.
The last,
The UK vibes I
Hello,
got into
Ori.
you, James.
The fucking
The UK
vibes.
vibes I got into yous.
They gone.
You're right. You're right with it right now. The UK vibes. I'll get in with you right now, okay?
Lori.
It's a Tuesday, innit? And we got a water bottle right sitting right next to you, eh?
Lizzie's in the ground.
So I continue.
Lizzie's in a box.
Lizzie's in. But like the last 20 seconds of the James interlude, I like how it starts to shift the vibes with the like strings, and the strings are also sick as fuck, like unexpected on an R&B hip hop album. Love it. And then Speed again. The strings at the end of Speed, fantastic. Love it. And Tea Time, the interlude's really fucking cool, talking about like, welcome, you know. I'm surprised people like you normally aren't here, like talking about what it's like to be famous and lauded and getting awards when you just want to be like, you want to speak your shit and then be at home chilling on the couch or whatever. Talking about like, but it's framed in like this weird like Alice in Wonderland setting where you're at like this ethereal tea time, and it's like the extroverts like to be entertained, almost like a like Severance-y dystopian vibes where you're like, the words you use are the ones I have, but they're not. There's something a little off-putting here.
You're using them strangely.
yeah. It's really good, and then the end of it's really good, and then it fucking sets up Rolling Stone, which is one of my favorite songs on the record. Love that shit.
I got you. Yeah, I really liked Standing Ovation. It's towards the end of the song, probably about like maybe is it like 3:20. Yeah, that's about the middle of it where like the beat kind of slows down and she just keeps rapping and there's basically no percussion anymore.
Yeah.
And it kind of reminds me of Sorry Not Sorry, that new Tyler song.
Dude, I want to listen to that more, dude.
He doesn't cut the percussion or anything, but it's just like he stays in the verse. She also stays in the verse like longer than she usually would, like longer than the normal amount of like measures or bars or whatever, and she just keeps like in the same flow, like saying stuff, like just nailing it home, like nailing the message home of what she's talking about.
Make the scene lie down, get it high, live it how it beats right now. I got another 20 in the shit I'm cemented. Take over businesses, tell the kids start investing. We build the pyramids, can't you see what we are blessed with? From the hieroglyphics to the hood lyricists, the priests, the imams, the good books you live with, the Rumi quotes, the elder sisters, the tribal mantras, the jazz players, holistic doctors, spiritual teachers, doers and the doulas, the protectors and the rulers, the kids of the future, the immortal soldiers and the fearless protesters, the motivational speakers and the honest black leaders, the divine healers, the everyday low-paid believers, the overachievers in the shadow of the gatekeepers, came down to teach us.
And I should have spent more time like looking at the lyrics of the album because there is like a ton of substance here, but gosh, it was just so like it's
very dense.
Like a lot of rap albums nowadays. It's just very dense. It's like an hour and 5 minutes of
this album was a little bit longer than I had intended, but
of her just saying like good, cool, like well thought out shit, and it's just like I got a lot of it on the surface level, but there's definitely so much. There's probably like 3 times the amount of information within it that I could continue to dwell on and understand.
Yeah, I mean for sure, it's definitely one of those albums where you're like, I could listen to this. It's like a really good movie. You're like, I could listen to or watch this 8 times and I'm still pulling apart more poignant information, like shit that not only is cool but like matters, you know. Well, you smell weird. She smells like Axe deodorant, but like no one here wears Axe.
Yeah, I was gonna say in Standing Ovation, like the dun dun dun, and then like the dun 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 dun. I don't know.
Yeah, it goes hard. It's like what is it? What is it in? It's off RTJ4, but it's a song where they like
RTJ.
They cut everything. It's Snow, where they cut everything, and it's really good on the record. But like when they did that shit in a live video that we all watched,
I knew you were gonna bring that up.
Insane. Yeah, it's like that.
It was
like,
crazy.
You know, cut the production, and all you need is the words or like whatever's being created to drive it home.
cameras.
Love that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, Violet's sitting here.
Oh, it's good, Buster. It's good.
Yeah, no, that shit bangs. For sure. And yeah, so did you guys not like Rolling Stone? You
weasel.
seemed kind of shocked when I said it was my favorite song on the album.
You go first.
I forgot that it was like honestly, like it was just not one of the ones that I saved, but it kind of reminded me of I think the only other one that I thought was kind of like it on the album was Speed, and I do like him, but like I don't know, they just weren't my favorites. I think I said that earlier. I just gravitate to some of her more mellow stuff. Is
Yeah.
my favorite stuff.
I
But
liked.
that's not a unique personality. That's not a unique thing that I've said on any album. It's just like that's what I always say is like, yeah, I like the chiller stuff.
I really like the beat halfway through in Rolling Stone. I think the beat is amazing at the halfway mark, but like it's just a lot of like it's hit or miss sometimes for different artists. Like sometimes I like this, sometimes I don't. But she was just kind of going all in on like one very simple beat, and like every other song she's done so far has been like these really, really insane beats and like insane flow. And she was still going very fast and still like rapping her ass off, you know. But it was just like it took a while to get into the song. I think by that I'm already a little bit disinterested, you know. Like it's a lot. I've had numerous amounts of songs where I've liked them and then I listen to the beginning part and then, you know, skip the rest. But this is kind of like I have to listen to the boring part first, in my opinion, to like get to the good part, where like some songs that's like not worth it for me.
Right. And that's
so,
fair. But
unfortunately, yeah.
That's why I like this song so much, is because every other one has been super complex with all the strings, the drums, the synths, the 808s. Everything's been like so layered and interesting. And then the start of Rolling Stone, it's got that little bit of thing, and then it's like, yo, I was in Sao Paulo eating Palm Hearts, like thinking about like immediately jumping into like I'm in a foreign country eating foreign food, like balling it up, like I am just fucking living lavish right now. I want my girl by my side. I want my suits tailored by Gucci, like talking about like studded APs and shit, like bust downs and everything. Fucking sick. And over that simple, just driving beat.
I was in Sao Paulo eating palm heart and I couldn't believe my surroundings. Sure, I got the ends of me listening to Hetty getting gassed in the mountains. No time for the first strap, nigga, I'm quenched. I drink from a different fountain. Hard food when I serve that. All these little fish get fried and your yam get pounded. Might be a brat for a bit.
That's like the most hype part on the album for me. Is where I'm just like, yeah, let's get into it. All right, what are we fucking? You're spitting right now, and then that beat switch is disgusting. It is so filthy.
I know.
Going into that second beat,
The beat
and
switch
then
is
it's
really
like
good.
You can have opinions, just don't mislead the youth in your raps.
Mommy handled business, Papa was a rolling stone. I'm a mix of both, there ain't no bitch boy in my bones.
the beat, yeah. I mean, you're right, and then it gets a lot more interesting. But I really like the duality there, where it's been this very interesting, heavy album, and then it's just like, no, like I'm also good at just fucking flexing my success over a simple driving backbeat, 4-bar backbeat on you.
When is Little Simz gonna be on the XXL freshman list, bro?
But like it's just flexing that like artistic style of like, yeah, like I'm good at all this other intricate shit, but don't get me wrong, I will skill step with you on like the fucking like braggadocious easy riding beats, you know, like I'll still fuck, you up in every corner.
Our podcast
I'll
favorite
fuck
word.
you up. So I love it. I thought it was badass. I thought it was sick as fuck. And then I like the German inclusion. It's kein Problem.
German inclusion, yes.
But yeah, no, and then that beat switch is nasty. Like I love that. And that second beat goes hard.
The beat root is nasty.
Yeah. So the whole thing, the whole song, that's why it's one of my favorites on the album. It's kind of like it's very different from everything before it. And it's just cool. It's a very cool song. Love it.
Nick, did you have a favorite song you said?
I think it was what was it? I think it was just Two Worlds Apart. Probably.
I didn't say you liked that one, but-
I did like Protect My Energy too.
That was
the only song that that was the only song that I had saved for my first listen through, which is kind of weird now that I look back on it. But
I was very groovy, very funky.
Yeah. And that's why I liked it so much. And it's pretty different from a lot of the other ones.
It is very different.
Yeah. I think that's why I liked it so much. I was just like, oh, like this is kind of out of left field, like, and this is some type of shit that I like. She's hitting her little synthy groove.
That's why I.
Yeah.
But that and Two Worlds Apart are definitely my favorites.
Oh yeah. I mean, dude,
it got into a lot.
Huh?
I was gonna say, like, sorry, Jamie. Were you gonna say something on that one?
I was just gonna talk about Protect My Energy, but if you wanted to speak first, go.
No. Talk. No, you go, because I'm gonna talk after that about the next couple things.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I just really like from Protect My Energy the I got problems, but I'm not fucking weak.
That's why I love being alone, protecting my energy. That's why I sinking on my own. Don't you think of saving you? Don't call me. Don't you call? I don't wanna speak. I got problems, but I'm not fucking weak.
I like that shit. Because that's like
Hell
words
yes.
to live by. Like,
Hell yes.
shit happens to everyone. That doesn't make you a lesser person or like a weaker person. You know,
You
diamonds are
damn
made
right.
by pressure. Type shit.
Dude, hell
Let's go.
yes.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Jamie on his Little Simz shit. Let's go.
But I was gonna say, like, Point and Kill and like Fear No Man have like a more like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like how do I explain it? It's like a more
I don't know.
like people are sitting around in a circle playing instruments. Like there's a lot more drums. That's what it is. There's a lot more. The drums are very much.
Well, they feel much more like
The drums are
traditional-
integrated a lot.
They feel like much more traditional
Yes.
Afro influenced music, and I love it.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah,
I've started
yeah.
listening to
Yeah.
a little more like Nigerian pop, and it has a similar thing where it's like pop flavors with like, not. I think it starts
Why
with
you
a
got
K, but
that
it's like the
stinky
hand
look on your
drums,
face,
like, you know,
said
like bongos,
Afro.
but a real
Like
size
bongos?
fucking drum. Starts with a K.
Steel drums.
No, that's calypso. That's the fucking Caribbean.
That's called calypso music, Jamie. It's called calypso music.
Anyway.
Also one of my favorite kinds of music ever.
That's a different region of the earth. Anyway,
I I don't know the instrument that you're talking about. Well, I can visualize it, but I don't know the name that you're
dude,
talking
there
about.
was a guy who used to play in my church band named Bill Smith. Whitest dude I've ever met. Whitest name you've ever seen.
Bill Smith.
But he would.
What a guy.
Dude, he would rock that
We
shit.
love you, Bill.
He played the hell out
Bill
of it.
Smith, get up there
he
and
had, like-
shred.
Like you hear old musicians talk about shit, and they're like, yeah, but like John Bonham, when we became rock stars, we were playing shows on stages in like Africa and shit, and we were just like, we're standing on the ground playing music for people. And then they were like, yeah, and so I bought like 4 traditional drums and took it home, and like you hear like global influences. This fucking dude was the embodiment of globally influenced music, but like specifically percussion. He wasn't even a percussionist by trade. He just voluntarily played in our church band. And yeah, he introduced me to
What a
like
dude.
a whole wide range of like African different drum styles and everything. And it was crazy. Honestly, he's one of those people who when you're a kid, you're just like, oh, that's like whoever, whatever. But now as an adult, I would I would like dissect his brain for hours if I had the chance.
He's like this really reminds me of a guy that I used to know around like sophomore year of college who just collected strange instruments.
Yeah.
And he had an omnichord, and that's like
Hell yeah.
You should look it up if you've never seen one before. But they're really strange, and like I don't think they're that expensive. I think they're like just old enough, and they made enough of them to where they're not super rare, but they're like I don't think they're manufactured anymore. I think you have to buy them like secondhand. But I know like I think Claro like likes them a lot right now, or she posted about one or something, or like used one on her album, and I was like, I know a guy with that weird ass instrument. It's so funny. Like, they're just like they're really strange, rudimentary like sequencers, but like I don't know. They're just you should look them up. They're goofy, but they are cool.
Yeah,
They make like video game music basically, like 8-bit ass music.
Pretty much. But like fucking, I mean, this dude, I'm pretty sure it was him. Like we went to his house one time. He hosted like a youth group dinner or whatever. And I'm pretty sure that was where I learned what like a fucking dulcimer was, and like not just percussion, but like just all sorts of cultural instruments. And like just the kind of thing where as a kid, like I just really didn't take advantage of that wealth of like knowledge. But yeah, he would play this style of drum that is like typically a traditional like African drum. But yeah, and that's why I love those songs a lot. Is they very much have those influences where you're like, yo, this is tight as hell.
Rose petal, mommy rose to be rose gold. I just demonstrate greatness they cannot show.
And I would highly. There's a song that came up on my Discover Weekly, or something. Maybe it was a mix, but it was someone who's I looked him up. They're apparently a big pop star in Nigeria, and that song was sick as fuck. And I cannot remember what the name of it was. But yeah, I've started to listen to like that type of shit, and I'm like, damn, there's a whole lot of world whenever you get past listening to like English vocals, you know. Which I know that's like.
I think Akon is scamming a different country.
Yeah, I know that's like the most just stupid white person learns about the rest of the world having culture type shit to say, but like there's a lot of cool music around the earth that you don't need to know what the words are saying to like get the vibe.
Yeah, I've heard like the members of Krungbin talk about that, how their influences come from so many different cultures of music, and how like the main one of the main reasons like the bass player and the guitar player even like started a band together is because they were both listening to like Vietnamese funk music at the same time.
Oh yeah.
And like she was like, "Wait, you like Vietnamese funk music?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's really good." And she was like, "I know it's really good."
But no one else knows it's really good. What the fuck?
Yeah, and I think he was like basically like already a virtuosic guitar player, and she learned to play the bass, and and he already knew their drummer, and then they just made Krungbin. So.
See, that's what I need in my life. I need to fucking meet a virtuoso, and I'll be like, "Yo, I'll play rhythm guitar behind you, dude."
Bro, I can beat some drums. I can figure it out.
Yeah, that's what I need in my life. But yeah, no, and that shit's sick. I love Point to Kill is another of my favorites on the album. The beat of it's incredible. I love the like. I don't know if it's a chorus, refrain, or a sample or whatever it's called, but like the dude's voice that's either a sample or like actually used for the album, like recorded for the album. Love it.
I got you.
Incredible. Fantastic song.
I do what I want, I do what I like, I know what face, I no fear nobody. Nobody. I do what I want.
We love a sentimental outro. How did you get here? I guess it's not the complete outro because Misunderstood is the last song.
Yeah, but it ties in really well with
the spirit of it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wrote down. I love the catharsis that's occurring. Just like, this is all real shit. I just have to like get it off of my mind right now.
Getting it off my damn chest.
Getting it off my mental, mate.
That shit off your damn chest, buddy.
That shit, and then like that was where
This is where we say to Little Simz, talk your shit, queen. Let your nuts hang.
didn't let your nuts hang, boss. Yeah, no,
Nuts are
I
not
love that
gender
one.
exclusive.
And Misunderstood. Misunderstood might have been like my first listen through. The whole time I was just like blown away by what I was like, damn, I don't know what to focus on. But then that one where it's like it's a simple enough beat where I was like, oh, this is gonna be a dense album to there's a lot of meat on these bones. Especially when you start to get to the like sing song rap ish part where she's like, I just wanted to be like, hey, what up, sis? How's your day, sis? How you doing? Who you been dating? But like I never should have mixed family and business. And I was like, oh, there's gonna be like there's shit in this album to look at. Yeah, so I love both of those two like outros. They're very good. Feel
I got you.
real
Very
as hell. Oh, they were fantastic.
Very good.
I think it's all my notes though.
Yeah, me too. Lot to cover. I could have probably, gone on. I didn't write anything down, but if I sat down and took the time, I'm sure I would have had like triple the notes. So there's a lot of shit here. It's very good. It's very good all around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at her old album Gray Area.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a song with Little Dragon on here and a song with Michael Kiwanuka.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Dude, that's a really good album. I highly
Michael
recommend it.
Cuban.
Honestly, I recommend all of her albums, but that one's also really good. That's the one that like Venom is on.
Michael Kiwanuka is really good.
Yeah, dude, I've had a song saved by him forever that I cannot remember the name of, but I love it every time it comes on.
It might his older stuff sounds a little different than his newer stuff, but a lot of people know it's like one of his first albums. Because he had a big song that was on a commercial, but I forget what it was. But
Did he do?
yeah, you might know a song off of Home Again.
Did he do an album where he did like
But
traditional
like One More Night,
songs?
Cold Little Heart. Oof. I don't know.
I'll have to look later. My service is kind of fucking up right now. Yeah, no, I recommend Gray Area. It's a very good album as well.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So I guess we can pop
Hell
off with our ratings, and then Nick will announce next week's episode. Jordan, what are you gonna give? Sometimes I Might Be Introvert by Little Simz.
I'll give this album a solid 7.
Nice.
I gotta stop saying Pog. No one says Pog anymore.
Dude,
Yeah.
you're saying it ironically. So
Eat
it's okay.
shit. Eat fucking shit.
It's true. I don't think I've ever tuned into a Twitch stream ever in my life. Actually, I did for previous podcast guest Jesse one time.
Okay.
I've tuned into Tim the Tat Man probably 7 or 8 times. When I ran out of other YouTube videos, he would show up as like the recommended YouTube live. And I'm like, fuck it, I'll watch it.
You guys don't watch live streams ever?
No, not my speed.
Not really.
It's like mostly live streams that I feel like I watch.
I feel like that's how our friend and yeah, because you brought Joe, I think, no, that was a different guy. That was Zach. Gonzo's been on here. Yeah, he brought Samfo. That's right. Yeah. I feel like, at least for a while, he would consume a lot of live stream content. It's just not for me. It's too long. It's too long and kind of, I don't know.
You can literally stop whenever though.
Exactly. And I stop after like 15 minutes and then I'm like, I could have just watched like a real engineering video instead. So if I watch content, I watch engineering YouTube videos. I watch Smart Every Day, Real Life Lore, Real Engineering.
Jordan, your network is your net worth, all right?
Practical Engineer, Windover Productions, been hitting that shit hard. Anytime Mustard uploads, I love aviation. I love planes. So anytime he does an interest,
Mustard on the beat.
I'm like, dude, I am
Mustard on the beat.
like, after all of the April trips happen, I'll probably subscribe to like Brilliant, like where it's just educational science and engineering videos, basically. I love it. That's my
Fair
bread
enough.
and butter right now. Geography,
Why-
interesting geography things.
why
like a
after
40-minute
April?
video. Just because, like, if I buy it, I'm just not gonna have time
Subscribing
to
is-
watch anything.
I thought subscribing was free.
No, to Brilliant.org, you pay basically like $3 a year, and then
Oh, I thought you meant like subscribe on YouTube.
no, it's like a separate platform where like you don't have to watch like the ads and like, you know, it's strictly like those 50.
Bro, that's
people.
$3 you can invest today. Be worth $30 million in 60 years, buddy. Okay.
You're right. My bad.
Think about that.
Yeah, think about
You
that.
don't get it.
Oh, you can't buy a
Wake
house?
up, sheeple.
Make your own coffee. Buy a house. Easy.
The
Step
best
one,
time
step
to
two,
invest
bitch.
was yesterday. All right.
People who buy coffee stay poor. Okay, buddy. I love saying that out loud.
Think broke, stay rich. All right.
Yo, bro, facts. It's always the people saying that shit that are the brokest people you know.
Hey, facts, brev. Trust
I'd
me, I
rather
just
take-
bought
Nah,
a
man.
6-course plan.
I can't focus on
700
you.
bucks.
I'm focusing on myself. I'm hustling. I'm getting my bag. What bag?
God.
I don't know
What
about you
bag?
guys, but I would take brunch with Jay-Z. All right. Over 500K. Easy brunch with Jay-Z. All right.
Jamie would take 1K over brunch with Peach Pit, bro. All right.
Yeah, I would.
I remember that conversation.
I have debt to pay. Like, yes.
Bro, money's a mindset, Jamie. Okay.
It's not exactly accurate.
meeting
I mean,
your
okay, here's
meeting
the
your
thing.
celeb music crush. You never forget.
It is a mindset, but it's a very
I'm
rigged
joking.
game, but it's the one we have to play because we've been born into existence is pain. You know,
This guy low-key spitting facts right
Jamie
now.
said, "Society."
born to
So
die.
when I say poop
world
song,
is a fuck, dude. Why? I just want to fucking when it's warm. I just wanna sit with my friends on a patio and drink a beer. And you fuckers invented credit scores?
Credit scores and insurance deductibles, bro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Sitting on a porch drinking beer sounds like the worst thing ever to me.
Dude,
But that's just
We-
we just live different lives though.
we
Jordan,
have a
your
friend who
brain is a
also
mystery.
loves patio beers. And anytime it's like slightly warm on a Saturday, they're like, yo, anyone want a patio beer later? I'm like, me and Vic were like, yes, absolutely. Cancel everything else today. We are going to a patio restaurant, getting an appetizer and drinking a beer.
Oh, I thought you meant like just on your like porch or something.
I'll do that too. Ideally, you know, with other people and friends and stuff. But, you know, sometimes you just hit the patio
Nah,
beer by
solo.
yourself.
now my shades to cover up my eyes.
I don't know. I love it, dude.
Yeah,
Jamie, what's your rating?
Me, 10. This album's a 10.
There you go.
It's fantastic.
I'm going.
All the way down.
I think I'm going. I'm going 8.
Flat 8. Interesting.
nice.
Nice. That brings the average to 8.33. It puts it at 9th. It is tied for 9th. It is tied
With Viagra Boys?
College Dropout by Kanye, Blonde by Frank Ocean, Cave World Deluxe by Viagra Boys, and this song. This album.
Let's go.
It is just below Decide by Joe, and it is just above 21
Wow.
by Adele. So that's
We
It's funny
could
that
have had it.
Decide is that high?
dude. Decide every time
Rolling
it comes on,
in.
like
Very
randomly,
capable.
any song from that, I'm like, yeah, this fucks.
It's good.
So what are we going to be doing next week, Nate?
Next week we're gonna be doing. I thought about a bunch of different stuff. This coming Friday, I'm gonna see Father John Misty again. but
The
I'm
male
not gonna
Lana
do
Del
one of
Rey.
his albums. Yes, the male Lana Del Rey. Yes, I will. I will admit, I am a sucker for the male Lana Del Rey.
I like them both.
But yeah. But we're not gonna do him.
Okay.
I also thought about an early Jason Isbell album, but didn't want to do that to you, Jordan.
I'm here
So we're
for
gonna
it.
do. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Which one?
So
Which
what
one
we're
are you
gonna do is I was gonna do Here We Rest.
Oh, that would have been an interesting one.
Yeah, I love Here We Rest. But what we're gonna do, I was kind of like flip flopping between two different albums, and they're pretty different. But what we're gonna do is Somersault by Beach Fossils. So
Okay.
I'm interested to see what you guys think. If you're not familiar with any of their discography, I would suggest just listening to like 2 songs, just 2 random songs. If you get an interlude, maybe pick a third song, but off their album before Somersault, because it's just very, at least to me, like it's very sonically different, and I'm curious what you guys think too. Like it's almost like their second one is like garage indie rock. It's called Clash the Truth, and it's just like very hectic, very chaotic, and I really like it a lot. But Somersault is more like the 2 newest singles that they've put out. It's more polished, more
How do you
like
spell
dancey,
somersault?
groovy. Somersault.
I thought it was a double M.
I thought it was you, bruh.
There's a AU,
SAU.
but it's not SUMER. Yeah.
Wait, so it's SO
MER.
SOMERSAULT.
SOMERSAULT?
Yeah.
Dude, it's still not coming up. Is that how like? Okay, I found it. That's how like unresponsive to that genre I am. It's just like, you're not looking for this. Here's 4 other things that
Yeah.
could be close to something.
Yeah. Spotify's just giving you the
wanna
wrong
listen
thing.
to this one, brother. I'll tell you what. This ain't for you.
And I would suggest I would suggest if you have any sort of like slightly higher fidelity stuff, or if you just want to jam to it in your car or crank it up loud in your headphones, I like to listen to it loud, even though a lot of it is relatively mellow. You can really hear a lot more of the layers if you crank that shit up. But
You know, I'm a loud music guy.
yeah, I keep talking about them, but I'll save all this other stuff for the podcast next.
Or Here We Rest. We might have to do that.
Okay.
Odine, Daisy May, We've Met, Tour of Duty, Heart on a String.
I love it, dude.
Some bangers. Alabama Pines.
Alabama Pines.
That
Can't
shit'll
forget
make you. That shit'll make a grown man cry.
Come on.
That ain't Cody. Love it.
We've met. Oh my god.
Nice. Well, we'll
music.
get into the beach fossils tomorrow or next week,
New music?
next episode. I
Yeah.
don't know if
New music?
no, because we're taking. Yeah, so this episode comes out. This episode will be out on the 17th, and then we will be taking off the following week. Well, we'll be late the following week, probably the 25th or the 26th, either Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever I can edit it, because I got some vacation time. So we're gonna be recording listener on that Monday probably, and then so probably the 25th or 26th. Hopefully, the episode with Beach Fossils will be out, and then we'll be taking off again. We'll be fully taking off the week of May 1st. There will not be an episode that week because Nick will be coming out to Colorado and schedules. So yeah, that's just a forewarning now. I'll post more shit on the socials. Twitter, List Up Podcast, Instagram and TikTok, Listen Up Pod. Well, just Instagram for that because I don't think TikTok has stories. I don't know. But yeah, there will be an episode. The 25th or the 26th will be Nick's pick, and then the one after that will be the week of the May 8th sometime will be the one after that. So I forgot to make an announcement at the start of the show. Maybe I'll dub that in and put it in, but probably not. So you get to hear it now. So rewarded for those who listen to the whole episode. And yeah, recent listings. I hit the rest of her discog because it has been a while since we recorded Melodrama. Like I think the 22nd of March was when my audio files were from. So it's been a while. And then since then, I've been listening to a lot of shit, but mostly I've gotten really heavily into the DJ on Spotify, like the AI DJ. I love that shit. That is my go-to music listening thing, which is annoying because like I like the quality of Apple Music. I hate that Apple Music doesn't have a like copycat feature because I love that shit. Are we probably fucked from the proliferation of AI without any safeguards or real like protections against it? Yes, absolutely. Is it worth it for the Spotify DJ? Yes, absolutely. Other results may vary. Apparently, it's been fucking up Zach a lot. Apparently, his has been dog shit.
It's been very fun.
I've loved the experience of it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, mine's not like super great either.
Really?
I don't think.
Mine, it might help that like, because I feel like both you and
Like
Zach,
anything.
you're not. Yeah, you and Zach, you're not like siloed, as in like I only like this thing. But you guys very heavily are like 90% of what I consume are this specific thing. So the reasons I like it is because like 70% it's like shit that I know and I'm comfortable listening to, but then it does like test my boundaries on other shit. And so I enjoy that like stuff that I don't normally listen to. So I like that part for the most part. So yeah, probably why I like it is a detraction for you and Zach, I would guess. Yeah, that shit rocks for me. I love it. New St. Paul single dropped. Can't wait for that album. Gonna be so good. New Lana album still hits. New Miley still hits. But that's probably pretty much it. Just a lot of the DJ. I like that shit.
I feel you. Yeah, it has been a while since we recorded, but new album by Fishplate, new single by Jess Williamson. I mean, this guy named Eddie Chacon that I like a lot. Had an album produced by a guy named John Carroll Kirby that just makes some cool shit, like synthy, keyboardy driven stuff. What else? Sam Blasucci, one half of Mapache. He has a new song about drag culture and dressing up in drag and going to a roller rink. Pretty good. It's called Sha-La-La. New Beach Fossils single, incredible. Dare Me. Jason Isbell single. Kate Renata and Amine, that song's great.
Kate Tramine.
Yep. Blonde Shell, great new female-led rock album. But yeah, outside of that, I think the last thing I finally got around to listening to the album Magnolia Electric Company by Songs Ohio, and Jason Isbell was right in a tweet that I read where he said it was sad as hell, and that whenever it came out, basically everyone he knew in his scene of music was just driving around in their band vans, just being quiet, listening to it.
Bro, what's it called?
I listened to it while I was working one day, and I was like, "Yeah, I gotta stop listening to this. It's kind of hurting." But
What'd you say it was called?
it is good. It's the song the album is called Magnolia Electric Co. and or Magnolia Electric Company, and then it's by Songs Ohio. It's the project of a guy named Jason Molina, who was like
I've heard of his name. I've heard his name before.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was a founder or one of the first people on Secretly Canadian, but he's he's kind of like a legacy member of them. He's like a lesser known Elliott Smith kind of, but like a more country influence. But best songs from the album are Just Be Simple, The Old Black Hen, and Hold On Magnolia, of course. Hold On Magnolia is a beautiful song.
Bro, I feel like this shit.
That's pretty much it.
I gotta run that shit. It's gonna make me cry. I'm gonna be here for it.
I run that shit.
Jordan, don't listen to it. You'll hate it. But Jamie, it might open up your soul in a way you're not expecting. So.
Dude, I'm ready. I love it.
Yep.
Well,
It's been
I've been listening to some
remastered for
stuff
Atmos.
lately as well.
Okay.
So got into my favorite rapper of recent in a long time, BLP Kosher.
South Florida's hottest Jewish rapper.
This is insane, bro. The fact that you talk about this so like straight faced and legitimately, like
It's
I need
crazy.
to-
Like he has an album called BLP Kosher and the Magic Dreidel, and it's like
Is it
like
is
his
it
bars
like
are like
I was gonna say, is it like a Young Gravy, like BB No Money, like kind of joke, but also like real rap, or is it just fully?
not at all,
it?
not at all, not at all, dude. This is real rap. This ain't no Young Gravy TikTok songs. All right, this ain't no put my mama in the spaghetti and then I don't even know, dude. I don't listen to that shit. Okay, it's basically there's a song that Cole Bennett did. So basically, Babytron. You guys know I've talked about him. He did a song with Babytron because they're both known for their one-liners, and so the whole chorus is them going back and forth, and the music video is them playing tennis, kind of like they're like trading one-liners. Like,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
it's an amazing music video. It was all recorded, mixed, and the music video was shot in a week. And like Cole like flew out BLP, and you can tell he's like a very new artist because like I watched it behind the scenes too, and you could just tell he's like not uncomfortable, but like I mean honestly probably uncomfortable, but not because he's like intimidated, because it's like it's all so new. He's like, what do I do like around like this high of production stuff, right? And so I've been listening to songs like Foot Fetish, Jew on a Canoe, Iguanas is really good, and then Mazeltron is the one with Babytron in it. And so like he has a lot of like Jewish one-liners. If I don't know how to explain that other than like he's like, I put a op kebab on a skewer or something like that, and then he's like he said something about like not fucking with Kanye because of all the stuff that he's said. He like people wanted him to make a diss on Kanye after everything he said about him just being anti-Semitic, and then he like didn't. But
Jim, how are you gonna feel when it comes out that he's not Jewish?
he is very Jewish. if you look at his discography, if he's playing a game, like that is commitment to the game, dude. Also, you need to just see what this guy looks like. Also, he's
Oh,
like,
no, I'm looking at it right now.
really?
Yeah, it's that's one of the reasons I was saying like it's just like you're just like talking about this guy like he's just like a new rapper on the scene, and he just looks like an internet character. Like he doesn't look like a real person.
No, he doesn't. I'm pretty sure. No, actually, I'm not even gonna say.
I mean, he's
but
on Know
he
Your
has just like
Me.
some.
How long has he been around?
No, that Know Your Meme thing is. I think it was from about what, like January 23rd, if I can remember. What date is it?
I don't know. It's him in front of a bunch of wine bottles.
I honestly don't know.
I don't know.
But it's like the best music I've heard in a while. Like the one-liners. Like he has this one that's like, "Bitch real J's moving silence like marijuana," on like a take on the "Bitch real G's moving silence like lasagna." It's "Bitch real J's moving silence like marijuana." Like that's not that line's in Iguana. Like, dude, it is some of like the best music I've heard in a while. Like, just straight up. But yeah, other than that, pretty much. Oh, and the Knack too. I've been listening to that too. That's another song by him. Other than that, I also started listening to that new Lil Yachty single, "Strike." I'm glad you guys are finally getting into Yachty. It's only taken 7 years for me to convince you guys.
Hey, I was on the Yachty train after he did the Tame Impala remix. All right,
I wouldn't say
Okay.
that I've really gotten into the Yachty
Still
train.
too long?
I just like the
still too
album.
long.
Still too. I mean, I could tell it
And
was
Poland.
psych rock
Poland
Yachty.
goes
it was catered to a certain audience that I think would like that kind of album. But his other stuff is also very, very good. But also Cole Bennett also did the music video for that this week after not uploading for like months, low key. Like he's had put out like 5 videos in like the last or 7 videos in like the last 5 months, which is like not a lot. He put out like 3 in a week, and I was like, yo, finally, let's go. Content. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. I've been kind of fixated on that one new rapper, so my boy Kosher. So that's it for me.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Bitch, real J's moving silence.
Nick
Like,
seems just defeated. You know?
Me?
Yeah, you seemed a little defeated and shaken by Jordan's not commitment to the bit, but genuine love of BOP kosher.
I do love it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Go off. Yeah,
Go
to each
off,
their own.
King.
But also, it is. I am dumbfounded. But yes.
I am bewildered. But anyway, on that note, we just wanted to say thanks for listening this week and watching. If you did, remember to tune in next week for Somersault by Beach Fossils. And it won't be next week. It'll be whatever I said earlier, the week of whatever. The 24th, I think. But yeah, so tune in then for that episode. Until now, check out the socials. We're on Twitter at List Up Podcast and Instagram and TikTok, both at Listen Up Pod. Those accounts, as well as our personal handles and the merch link and all of the links to the various playlists that we've made for the show throughout the show's existence. They're all going to be at those accounts in the link tree in the bio and then also in the description of wherever you found this episode. Finally, if you enjoyed this episode, if you could leave a rating or review on your respective platform, that'd be fantastic. YouTube, like, subscribe, notification bell, all the normal shit. And other than that, for now, we'll catch you next week. And remember to listen up.